I like to imagine that I've been talking to myself in a field by the train tracks with the voice of a crow, not alone in my room and wishing that it was the season for daisies. Instead of rain that chills bone and leaves the wind dreaming of sun. I tell myself that when flowers bloom I could go somewhere further than that, and it could be worth it for departures that leave the heart singing, instead of the reality of day by day existing wrapped in haze, waiting for sleep beneath the sunset that strips me instead of builds me. I've been thinking about trauma and the way it refuses to let go. Its grip is a vice. How many times has it been reborn? It's an insipid spring that makes it nearly impossible to bask in sun, now that its warmth is touching skin, now that it's the season for daisies and departures. There is a fury, though, beneath that heaviness, and we cling to it. The joke of trauma bonding has always rang with a truth. I've been thinking lately of all the ways to be perceived as fragile. Though I'm not, you're not, we both know that. Only parts of me are now, like my body. I know I must look pretty fragile by now. This has gone on far too long to not. When the flowers start to bloom, I tell myself I could go somewhere further than that, away from this, past these brittle bird bones, though with insides as fierce still as a crow that speaks, with ribs that show, but a beak that can tear and scavenge cruelty to protect, and a worn-down body. I've been thinking about lying uncovered next to yours. We can compare the size and the scars of our wrists and our want to be strong, the ache to be able to give up bodies that are fragile for ones that match the imposing, sharp, wild nature of our insides. But if our bodies matched our insides, we would probably outwardly be torn apart. We can begin, though, and start to be able to compare the size of strong arms that carry one another away from brittle bird bones and into departures that leave the heart singing.